What's going on, guys? Ben here at Enos Tech, and today I'm going to take a couple quick minutes to talk about the Samsung EVO 840 SSD, or the 840 EVO, pardon me. I just won a 250 gigabyte version of this model in a competition, which came at a perfect time because my 128 gigabyte SSD was about full. As said, this is for the Samsung 840 EVO. Of course, it's a 2.5 inch. It's got the SATA 3 6 gigabyte connector, but it's also backwards compatible with SATA 1 and SATA 2. It has a 3-core MEX controller in it with 512 megabyte low-powered DDR2 SD RAM cache memory, which comes in handy. The 250 gigabyte has performance of up to 540 megabytes a second read and up to 520 megabytes a second for write, which also includes 97,000 random IOPS read and 66,000 IOPS write. The drive, of course, comes with native trim support. It is a smart drive as well. It has an auto garbage collection algorithm, which I haven't gotten too much into, but I mean, we can imagine what that is just from the name of it. It also has AES 256-bit encryption, and it comes with the Samsung's 3-year limited warranty, which should be more than enough time for most of those. Now, the main reason I want to touch on this is because I was so eager to get it in and swap over all my old files to the new SSD. I wasn't even going to do a review or anything on it. I was just going to leave it, get it in, and be happy. But when doing so, this SSD actually comes with a CD with it, and it had a couple programs on there that made this real easy for me that I was real happy, and I just want to share with you guys real quick. First off, it was the data migration program, as we will see here. Helps if I click on yes, doesn't it, to open it. I'm not going to update it now. And when you get here, it comes to this. And what this program will do is it'll take whatever previous SSD you have installed, and as soon as you plug in your Samsung SSD, it allows you to copy the files over easily. Now, I did mine. It was a 128 gigabyte Corsair Neutron I copied to this. I don't know how long exactly it took, but it wasn't even 10 minutes, and the drive had 120 gigabyte worth of information on it. Of course, when you first get in, if you have multiple SSDs that you're looking to clone from, that will of course be your source disk. I only had one, so it of course automatically picked up my Corsair drive, and then for the target disk down here, it was my Samsung drive, and I literally just hit start. I went and did a couple things, made some lunch, come back, and it was done. I unplugged. All I did was unplug both the SSDs, plugged the Samsung into where the Corsair was originally plugged in, turned the computer on, and I have not noticed one problem. And it's been either 2 or 3 days since I've done this. Everything's running fine. It's up and going. It was great. It made life so much easier instead of having to look around. The Samsung actually included a disk with this program on it. The second program I want to tell you about is the Samsung Magician, which this is also a great program. It comes with many good features. As you can see, when you first open it up, it's bam, all the drive information you need is here. It tells me which one of my drives it's currently viewing, smart info if I want it. As you can see, this drive is partitioned into 2 different sections, so I can go ahead and choose which one I want here. It's got the serial number with firmware, capacity. As you said, it's also got a quick drive health status, total bytes written, which is not much. Now this is what comes in handy, as it lets me know that my AHCI mode is activated, which of course gets the best performance for the SSD as possible. It also lets me know that I am of course connected to a SATA 3 6 gigabytes per second onto my motherboard port, and it also has a handy feature. operating system optimization. Now this is a nice one. There are a few options in here to do some things, but we'll go over that in a few minutes. We'll just work our way down the list here. Now, as far as disk management goes, this has a performance benchmark. Now, of course, it's easy. You can check history. You just come here, you click on this start right above here, and it'll start doing the test. It takes about, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds or so. And as you can see, my results may not be the best, but this is what my results were the last time I ran my benchmark. It has a sequential read of up to 540 megabytes, and as you can see, mine was 529, where my sequential write is up to 520, and my actual is 492. Now the random IOPS, I'm getting about half of what it can go up to. So you win some, you lose some. And as you can see, it also has my other disks here that I haven't done them, but as they're mechanical drives. But I could probably run tests on those and see their read and write speeds as well. I've also got a bit of performance optimization. This is part of the trim feature that's come. This one's real easy. You just come here, you click the start tab, boom, a few seconds later, it's optimized it, it's done the trim, what it needs to do. Of course, we can now also come in here and it'll let you know if there's any firmware updates or anything. As you can see, I am on the latest firmware. This is what I was talking about a few seconds ago, is the operating system optimization. This is probably one of my favorite features of the program, and it comes in handy. If you're like me, you get new toys, you like to play with them, so things like this are always fun. As you can see, it has optimization options for maximum performance, maximum capacity, and maximum reliability. For the moment, I've chose mine, maximum performance. And please note that once you first plug in your Samsung SSD, the EVO, I can't speak for the other ones, I haven't used them, as I'd imagine they're about the same. It is not auto-optimized. You will need to open this program and do most of these options yourself to get it going. But like I said, once you first get it in, if you just go ahead and do it, it'll take you 5-10 minutes. You can run through the whole program and get it set up how you want. As you see, index searching, it does system service details, it'll enable that. Prefetch, superfetch, it deactivates features that SSDs do not use. Write cache buffer. As you can see, if you just go through it, it lets you know which each and every one does. But for the most part, you'll know which one you want. Do you want performance, capacity, reliability? I have very good faith in Samsung products, and this is about double my last SSD that I've been using for a good 6 to 8 months now. It's had 2 GB of space free on it for about a month now, so I've just gone ahead and went with maximum performance. Give me all the speed you can and I'll be happy for now. Of course, with most SSD programs, you have your over-provisioning. Using a raw partition may damage your data. Yeah. Now see, as we've got the primary partition, we can go ahead and over-partition. Well, yeah, somewhere in here you can over-partition your drive, which will go ahead and it also will help the longevity and lifespan of everything, which is, you know, it's just another feature to help us get the most out of our products. As you can see here, it also has the secure erase for the SSDs, because we all know that you don't want to just normally format it as you would a mechanical drive. You want to go ahead and do the secure erase to make sure you don't damage the drive at all or anything like that. Now it also has the rapid mode feature, which is, again, as you can see, it's the real-time acceleration processing of I/O data. Pretty much, easy way to say it is it just helps speed up your SSD. It'll help get you better speed out of it. I haven't enabled it yet, as I'm not quite that greedy. Like I did say, give me a speed, but at the same time, especially if you're coming from a mechanical drive to a SSD, the speed change is going to be ridiculous. You're just going to know it. Everything's going to be faster. So that little tiny bit of extra speed is not really going to be too noticeable in day-to-day use and actual use, though you definitely would notice it in benchmarks and all that stuff. Now, as you can see, we've also got our data security modes. We have a class 0, TCG, OPAL, and an encrypted drive. As you can see here, it lets you know which SSD supports which type of data security mode, and as you can see, the EVOs actually support encrypted drives, which is good if you're paranoid or if you have some stuff that is really important that actually needs to be encrypted. You can go ahead and encrypt this whole drive and have that little bit of extra peace of mind on it. That is it for this quick overview and software preview. I hope you like it. I'm planning to get some more products in, and we'll do a few more videos soon. If there is any software previews or anything you're looking for, please just leave a comment on any of my videos. I see most of them all the time, as there's not that many yet, and I can do software previews on almost anything if there's something you want to know. Thanks for watching, and please check back shortly.